Okay, guys, it's Steve. So I'm here in Palm Springs, California, at a place called Urban Yoga, and this is my friend Ron Spude. I remember when I was teaching, or I was learning and reading about martial arts years ago, and I read this thing that said, don't spend 10 years looking for the right style to train in, the best style. Spend 10 years looking for it to find the right teacher, the best teacher for you. And that applies to martial arts, it applies certainly to theta healing, and it also applies to yoga, like a whole bunch of other stuff. And Ron is one of those guys that you want to find the right teacher. Okay. He spent years in corporate America doing the success thing and flying around and doing business meetings and being important and all that crap. And one day he just said, we're done. And he straightened certain things out, and he spent 5 years living full-time in a yoga ashram in Boulder, Colorado. You know what they say, eat, sleep, drink, breathe yoga. And since then, he's been teaching yoga for about 10 years, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, great. And he's centered himself right now in Palm Springs, California. And he teaches at a place called Urban Yoga. And whenever I come to Palm Springs, I come to take his class. I don't do a lot of yoga all the time, although I'm going to start doing it because we're getting older.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does, yeah. But Ron's approach is really different. He teaches primarily something called, that he's more or less put together himself and presents in his own way, something called gentle yoga. It's all floor work, wall work. There's none of this standing on one leg with the other leg wrapped around the back of your head stuff that most people can't do. But he creates a really gentle, subtle workout that's really deep and powerful. Because anytime I come, it's like, oh, that was fun, but when I walk out of here, I realize, holy schmoly, I've had this is awesome. So do me a favor and just tell me what your philosophy and approach is specifically to yoga, because you've got an interesting market here in Palm Springs, and the way you do it creates generally a lot fuller classes than most yoga teachers. So what do you do? What do you do is different? What's your approach? What's important for you?
Well, I think the main thing that I do is, my intent is to make it accessible to everyone. Right? Often people go to a yoga class and they have little or no experience. They'll jump into a class and it's too aggressive for them, and they wind up injuring themselves or get frustrated in the class. And then the other part is often that there's too much of a spiritual aspect that is usually brought forth in a class. Too much chanting, a lot of Sanskrit, and that can also turn people off. And so what I try to do is just Americanize it. It's very simple, straightforward. As you had mentioned, it's basically floor work. Very seldom do we do any standing poses. It's basically lying down. And at the same time, you're getting a very intense workout. Okay, the focus is on the breath and coming back to yourself. I think we're all looking for a space in time where we can feel safe for an hour and a half and be able to just unfold and let some of the worries of the world disappear. Mm-hmm. And I try to provide a space for that for people, and as a result, it is probably one of the more popular classes in Palm Springs.
Great. Well, I know that anytime I've taken it, I really like it, and I'm easy to please generally, but I really do enjoy it a lot, and I look forward to coming back. So, okay. Well, listen. So if you're in Palm Springs, or if you're going to come to Palm Springs, or if you just like yoga and you want to experience something different, but powerful, but gentle, come to Ron's class. He teaches at Urban Yoga, www.urbanyoga.com, and you have your own website, which is what, Ron Spude?
RonSpude.com, RonSpude.com.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. Ron is he's one of the special ones, so come and see Ron. All right, that's it. Thanks, brother.
Thanks for coming by, Steve.
Okay.
Thanks.